want to show you something.
Okay, here it is. This is my strawberry patch and it's going absolutely nuts again. And what it does is, when it gets big enough, it starts throwing off all these little offshoots which try and find soil or anything. You can see they're trying to grow down onto the ground, and that'll try and start another strawberry plant down there. Problem is I come along with the whippersnipper and chop them all off. So I've just been throwing them back into there. But a couple of weeks ago, you come and have a look in here, I actually used some single-use coffee cups, put a bit of soil in there, and then I've sat the new growth in there. So they're ready now. I can just snip them off from the mother plant, and there's my new seedling. And that's exactly what I want to show you today. I want to show you what you can use out of your recycle bin to actually make pots for seedlings, rather than going out and buying little pots to put things in. All right, as you can see, we've raided the recycle bin and found any little container that we can pop some seeds into and create some seedlings. So I've already got soil in all of these. Oh, also raided the garbage bin. There's a couple of single-use coffee cups. They don't go in the recycle bin. I don't know how many times I bang on about that. This one came out of the garden. I'd already used this one. And as you see, it's got no paper left in the bottom, just a plastic lining. That's the reason they don't go in the recycle bin, because they're lined with plastic that can't be separated at the recycling facility. But I tell you what, they make decent little pots. I got sidetracked then. See, you got me on the coffee cups, one of my pet hates. Anyway, these are all my containers. The other ones I've got here, that was a milk carton or a milk bottle, and I've only put soil in the bottom half of it, because if I put a seed in there, it starts to grow up. It still can get the sunshine, but it's protected from the elements from the side, like the wind and things like that. That's like its own little greenhouse. That's kind of cool. That's bottom of a milk carton, yogurt container. That one's a Nutlex container. That's a punnet that probably had cherry tomatoes or something like that in it. Now that's pretty big. I'm probably going to get 4 in that, like 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Because a seedling doesn't need much soil around it. Like, these are pretty big. Normally they come in a thing called a plug. It's about as big as your thumb, right? And probably when they grow up, they're about half the size of that. That's when you plant them on. But because these are a bit bigger, you could leave them in there a little bit longer. Down the front, I've got 2 Tetra Packs. I cut the top out of that one, and then I thought, hey, why don't I cut the side out of that one, make it longer, and that way I can fit like 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and they'll be easy to break apart and plant into my garden later on. Even better than that was the milk carton. Was an egg carton, right? Made of cardboard. So with this, I can pop a seed in each one. So I'm going to get 12, but I'm actually going to put 2 seeds, because when you're planting seeds out, right, not all of them are going to germinate. Not all of them are going to grow. So if you put 2 in each, right, and then as they grow, you keep the strongest one and you cut the other one off. Some I might only get 1 in each. But when they do grow, with this thing, I can just cut through it with a pair of scissors, cut them all off separately, and put the whole thing in the ground, because it's just cardboard, right? There's no silky line, plastic lining or whatever, or no shiny stuff on an egg carton, so it can go straight into the ground. No worries about that. Yeah, and that'll be great. I'm stoked on that one. That's probably one of the best, I think, to use, because it's perfect. Good size, you get 12 in there, whatever. With the rest of these, I haven't put holes in them yet, for good reason. I like to grow mine on the windowsill to start with, because when they're little, you know, and they're just starting to do their thing, they're a bit more susceptible to the bugs. I think that's the word, susceptible. Anyway, they're a bit more open to all the bugs and things like that. Also, my dog loves to dig in the garden, all right? And if they're just little seedlings, she'll just go to town. But if there's something that's like this big, and then I tend to put something over them anyway, she stays away from them. So I like to grow them up on the windowsill. The other good thing is, you can do it inside with the kids, all right? And then they can watch them, so they're not running out into the backyard every 5 seconds or in the middle of the night to see if the plants are growing any bigger. They can just look at them on the windowsill, and then when they're big enough, you can pop them out into the garden. Okay, so I've got my soil. My own soil here. Didn't have to go anywhere for it. I got my pots. They all come out of the recycle bin and the garbage bin. So I'm reduce, reuse, recycle. Perfect way to do it. Didn't have to go anywhere for them. What I need now is some seeds. I bought mine online, okay? Because we're not meant to leave the house at the moment. Well, you can leave the house, but look, supermarkets and hardwares are selling out of seeds. And if you're going to go out and buy seeds, make sure you can buy some that you can plant now. Because everyone's running out going, you know, I'm going to start my own veggie garden. Right? They're buying everything that they need. They're buying every variety of vegetable they can think of and fruit. But the problem is, you can't grow all of them at the same time. You can only grow certain plants and seeds at certain times of the year. So make sure you read the packets and obviously grow the things that your family like to eat. Otherwise, there's absolutely no point to it. Apart from that, look after each other, enjoy the gardening. If you've got everything and you didn't have to leave the house, even better. Let's try and stop the spread of this thing. And happy gardening.